are definitely both eager to get this win in.
And we've got Lug, not Log, and Frog Massimo. All right, a little bit of love to start the race off with this initial high five. We get a map check with crystals on Hera and EP, but I did not see Desert.
Oh, I missed that as well.
And meanwhile, Taylor gaining a slight lead for that, but of course, that'll be made up quickly.
Yeah. Both heading into check Uncle. Oh, wow, nice.
Epic bomb pull. 8
Very
bombs
nice.
on that.
Luke's
gonna wish he did that.
Not checking that. Yeah, definitely.
But, well, that works out pretty well.
Or 3 bombs there and just 20 rupees from the chest.
Yeah.
Taylor picking up some magic there. And getting those kills in, this is something I've been noticing people have been doing that is a smart thing to do. You try to keep track of the kills you're getting because that is how the items that are pulled from trees and that come from the crabs under bushes are determined. There are different tables based on how many enemies you've killed and how many times you've been hit. At least at the beginning.
Right, and each time you pull, that resets. The damage you take, I think, doesn't come into effect until you've made the kill, so you get a little bit of leeway there from what I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, that is one of the things that's randomized in each race, and so these runners are going to be in a good position while they wait for their first infinite weapon.
20 rupees from the crab, who also just threw out one little bomb drop there.
Nice. Loup-Garou getting his welcome information there.
Yep, and Taylor picking up his rupees, so they are not going to be hurting for rupees or bombs.
Yeah, I know this was brought up in a race you commentated earlier that the Houlihan room play has been up for discussion lately, whether or not it's still valuable. That, of course, being the dev room you can set up by doing things in the game to mess up your position, then you fall in a hole.
Yes.
It suddenly rupees.
And it seems like plays like the ones we're seeing here have become more standard, more what people are leaning towards.
Yeah.
Just coming up with creative ways to get the rupees and the bombs.
Indeed. All right, we're about to see in the forest spot. Oh, I could not tell with the clouds.
I couldn't quite see. I saw
think
an
it's
arrow.
Arrows. Yeah, I think it's 10 arrows. Maybe plus 10 arrows.
Yeah. Oh, and we got a power glove.
Oh, power glove in the forest drop. Very nice.
Both of our players picking that up at around the same time there.
Very nice. We're a lantern away from Death Mountain, or a hammer and a pearl away from Dark World. Or, of course, potentially the other glove. Meanwhile, we do have on our previous race, Rywek is going to make his way to Ganon's Tower now.
And the chat has already seen it, but Epi, where do you think the big key is going to be?
It's true, I missed it. Chat
I didn't see it either.
I'm going to go with my classic 11.
I'm going to say Bob's chest. If we're right, then the chat has to give us an award this time. It's the other way around now. Because they already know.
If we get it, we want a wall of Pog champs. Nothing else. If you please.
Oh, boots in Blind's hut.
Oh, wow. Is this going to be another special seed?
And Quake.
And bombs in the back.
Now, boots definitely, I think boots are an interesting thing to grab early too, because they feel nice because you know, hey, now I can run everywhere. But then obviously you also know that your opponent can run everywhere. I know for me, it puts on a little bit of pressure. Suddenly I'm thinking, oh, everyone's going to go so much faster. So.
Yeah, we will, the drama of things on the torch kind of goes away, the library item. But it's definitely something the runners are glad to see. It does bring up a couple of interesting edge cases for like the fact they don't have a sword yet. So they're going to want to run places, but they're not going to want to be hammering the enemies the way they might otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting the tile room play for Marowak.
Yeah. And I don't doubt that both of these runners are pretty confident in their boot routing.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Oh, and a nice chicken clip.
Yep.
He's stuck in the wall. Pulling the Castlevania play for the Mire.
one of the three validation requirements has now been checked.
Right. We've got chicken clip, bird toss, and validation chest as I count them.
Just an arrow upgrade there.
Oh. Loup-Garou getting his bonks in early.
Yep.
All right, we're through the whole right side, which I think puts us at 7.
Oh, nice. You're keeping track down there.
I think.
Oh, and with that, both players have what they need for Zora if they end up heading
they
that
have
way.
the access. And if we get a Moon Pearl anytime soon, we might see them pull off that newly famous double Jesus walk.
Oh, and this is interesting here. So Loup-Garou, instead of checking Maze Game, decided to just go right for it. And it's Bombo, so now Taylor is heading back to grab it.
That's an interesting little bit of time save there. And I do want to thank Fluffy Mittens pointing out, I forgot the validation arrow among our validation requirements.
Of course. So there's 4, yeah.
Yeah, of course, these are all fiercely enforced by the chat, and we do thank them for that work. Both of our players get into that swirl coin.
Swirl coin, I like that.
We've got just one more pickup before we don't have to worry about how to get into Mire and T-Rock.
Yep, and it looks like both are... Oh, no, I was going to say both are going for the back of Escape, but Taylor's going to check the Bonk Rocks first. I didn't see if Loup-Garou did that.
I don't think he did. I think he popped right out here and picked up, I think that was just a fresh $60. While Taylor gets 5. Yeah.
Also, it looks like that we were both wrong on the big key guess for...
yeah, this... unless he went all the way through right side. But there's Buttersword for him, and I think that was unique in his group.
And Loup-Garou's heading down to the dam. Just picking up some bombs at first and see if there's anything of value outside. Just a pizza heart outside.
Yep, that's pretty vanilla.
That is vanilla,
looks like Taylor's gonna follow in those footsteps.
Yeah.
And neither of our players wanting to take on the mini Moldorm cave yet, understandably so. All they have to face it are the bombs.
On the plus side, it's a nice full stack of bombs.
It's true. And if they run out, they can go find a bush crab nearby and just pick up what 2 drops should cap them off.
Yep.
And I do think at this point we have passed the 11, so
yeah.
Shucks, no pog champs for us.
Rip. And really, it's that first... when you just have bombs, that first Moldorm is the tricky one.
Oh, definitely.
He's getting right up in your face, and you don't have time anything.
And we are going to see Taylor go for it now. And we'll see just how tricky this can be. Oh, and I do like this strategy of cooking the grenade a bit here.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to rely on the RNG as much.
Mm-hmm. And worst case scenario, if it starts bumping into you, you just hold on to that bomb.
Right, and try to stay on.
Yeah.
All right, and so far, our best thing here might be the plus 15 to bombs. Oh, the hammer.
Ooh, a hammer. That's a nice pickup there.
It looks like they had a green pin. Ooh.
I was just about to say we just need the Moon Pearl for Dark World access, but there it is. So They each have what the other is missing to get into the Dark World.
And even a red potion to help out those harder hitting enemies as they go.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see him jump right back to Link's house, head right south.
I always have to mention, people forget, or sometimes don't even fully realize, those crabs in that area, when you have green mail and very few hearts, they can be tricky. They do 2 hearts of damage despite being a relatively weak enemy otherwise. So you do not want to be tanking hits from them.
Indeed. I mixed up the players having the both having the hammer, but Luger's about to pick up his.
Right. Yes.
Then he'll be in good shape. Meanwhile, we see the frog taking a swim with a fake flipper.
So unfortunately, he doesn't have the Moon Pearl already for this because he would be able to check Waterfall Cave, but
it is right.
I imagine picking up that Moon Pearl will be happening soon, and then he might have other locations on his mind after that anyway.
And yeah, we're going to see Loup-Garou take Luigi right back up to get that Dark World access.
Yeah, this is nice. Then we can pop in for a little hype cave check, which I am still always holding out hope for. Meanwhile, we see Taylor doing this new trick that everyone's doing. I don't know if the trick is new, but it's new to me, and everybody's been doing it recently. Running on the water.
Indeed.
I still believe in Hype Cave. I still believe in it.
Well, it looks like I missed the map check, but we do have help from chat.
Skullwoods 5, Pod Blue, Swamp Red.
Nice. Alright. Fire Rod?
I think it was Fire Rod. I couldn't actually see which rod it was, but I think
I have the hardest time with that. But either way, we've got a rod in this cave, and we know that T-Rock is a crystal. So this is good news. Our tracker is confirming fire.
Yep. So that's decent. That's decent. I've not lost my hope for Hype Cave yet.
Indeed. Meanwhile, a love lesson from Zora. Shout outs to Blast Egg on Tracker for this match. He's even been updating Rywex stuff as he continues.
Nice. Yeah, GG Blast Egg.
And Taylor kind of wishing he went somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we know that he needs to go for that Moon Pearl, but there's a few things that he can still check. I think he's heading towards the front of Escape now.
Yeah, that's not a bad play, especially now that you have the hammering and you kind of continue to do damage to things without worrying about running out of any resource.
Exactly. And I also like Lougarou's routing here of having gone from Moldorm Cave to Hype Cave and now heading up toward Digging Game and grabbing these items, getting them out of the way.
Yeah, I did not see what was on Stumpy, but I saw in the Grove Cave there were rupees. And Moon Pearl was in the back of Sahasrara to answer the trash in chat. I'm not calling him that. He called himself that.
I looked over and I was like, wait, what? And then I saw her name.
Yeah, no.
And I also didn't see what Stumpy gave, but I saw it and it was something insignificant, but I don't remember now what the insignificant thing was. Apparently it was bombs.
Thank you, Pink.
Oh, and just 20 rupees from the Digging Game.
Yeah, that's a common prize. Just a goofy one when you get so many others already.
Oh, and I like this part of Lougarou's routing as well.
Very interesting.
Now heading up to the other Dark World portal.
Right, because he wouldn't have been able to go backwards on it. Yeah, that's actually really sharp.
Also, we see Rywek validated his run.
Oh, and what was it?
Oh, I didn't actually see what it was, but I just saw the open chest.
Well, I'm sure chat knows.
Yep.
All right, the hammer dash to come in strong on the
Nice.
chain guard. Very nice.
And 20 rupees for his efforts.
Yeah.
Still, at least we got to see that awesome dash.
Yeah, I think that's 15 more than Zelda gives you, so there's that.
It's an upgrade. Who says
Agate
Randomizer
2
never did
going
anything
on for
us?
Rywek? Yeah. Hey, it gave us boots. If we had Lamp, I'd be really, really concerned.
Yep.
Yeah, and I guess for Luigi, this kind of counts as the Fire Flower, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
We got the bomb drop is changed to a 20 rupee drop, which is a really nice prizes in this game.
Right.
These are the things you always hope for, but then instead it's green rupees.
Oh, we're even getting the sick kid chat.
Mm-hmm.
Giving away a little piece of his heart.
Yeah. Probably needs that, but...
Yeah. Maybe it's the bad one. He's on the transplant list. It's rough times.
Loup-Garou's going to be heading into Thievestown.
Meanwhile, it looks like we're seeing, based on the sound of the cave and the bats, is this old man?
This is, yeah. Taylor grabbed the tree for the rupees and is now heading in.
And keep the hype going for Rywek as he goes into this Ganon fight. He's gonna put that butter sword to work. And Taylor very defensively hoping to smash those dead rocks. Meanwhile, gets lucky with the cutscene cabbage not bothering him much. Park container out of Thievestown. Did not catch the first two pulls.
Items leave my brain too quickly after I've seen them.
It's all good, and we see Loup-Garou there having to be cautious with that dash, still lacking the sword, while Taylor has found the lamp at Spectacle Rock. When the old man says he lost his, you wonder how that one got up there.
Really, though. It's probably the one that he's looking for. That also means that we should have an accessible flute before having to have done any of this.
This is true. The flute being... Oh, and GG for Rywek finishing up his Ganon fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, the logic requires you should be able to see in the dark to go through that passage. And so that means our flute is somewhere that you could get without going to Death Mountain.
Granted, with the early Dark World access our runners got, I guess that would be pretty... That could still mean it's in a lot of places now that I think about it.
That is true, but it's still important information if our runners come down to needing that item and being otherwise unable to get to our Crystal Mire.
Exactly. And I do just want to throw out there that Rywek finished with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 11 seconds. And I see all the GGs have been in chat, so GG Rywek on that.
Yeah. And cheers, chat, for keeping up the hype with that one. Also, did you happen to notice Taylor's bunny sprite?
Oh, I didn't spot it currently, but I do know what it is.
Right. Yeah, in chat letting us know, this is Bomberman, and that's quite the surprise to me.
Oh, have you not seen it before?
I don't think I have.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, and extra bonus being... Oh, nice, out of Hera. And the extra bonus for Lug having the hammer in this dungeon is, of course, being able to get to the big chest, so we'll see if that comes into play here.
And he's had quite a few heart pickups, so he's looking pretty good going into a blind fight.
Absolutely. Oh, and it looks like we must have had the requirement for this basement because nobody goes here willingly.
yeah. I think I didn't notice what the
just
first
a cannoli in the big chest.
Oh, the cannoli!
Mamma mia!
Perfect.
Yeah, unless Taylor really had to use this for its other purpose, then I'm expecting we're gonna find a big key in just a moment.
Yeah, there's no way he would have come down here. So the first item would have been the small key, and then he got that blue mail.
Yeah, and it looks like
He's having some trouble with that torch there.
Yeah. Well, these blind puns. But yeah, so it looks like Thieves Town only really worth the crystal today, but of course required.
Yeah.
While we're on the intermission after stage 2 of blind fight.
Yep, and Ryrick also has a red potion available there, so
yeah,
should be okay. He just tried to fire rod him.
Oh, he does get that potion in just above the laser.
Uh-oh. He's got it. He's got it.
One more. And he clutches it out. Very nice, Luke.
Woo.
And it's probably an appropriate time to shout out to Feasel as we get a crystal 21 minutes into the run right after an epic screen transition. But of course, not only shout outs to Feasel, but to everybody who does the scheduling tournament, making things happen.
There's a lot of people making this happen.
Oh, and there's our flute. Out in the open in the Sea House.
Oh, wow. There we go. As Taylor's heading up into the Trolldorm fight. It's interesting to see how, because they've taken such different routes, I can't remember the last time I saw a race where there was such a huge discrepancy in hearts.
Right. Yeah, at this point, Luke has a good 5 hearts on his opponent. Get your swag ducks in the chat. We do have the other audio, but that's alright.
Swag duck hype!
And I do love when you can get the flute out of Village of Outcast or Thieves Town for this convenience. You see he's just standing right above his portal.
Yeah.
And I'll probably use that flute and head right up to the mountain following the sort of breadcrumb trail the seed is leaving for him.
Mm-hmm. And this works out because he'll be grabbing his lamp, and they have East Death Mountain access as well.
Quite right. With the hammer, the mirror, you can fancy your way up the Hera as Taylor has done and cross the bridge as he is about to do.
Another hammer dash there.
Always fun to see. Of course, without the... That was... Red
Boomerang?
Yeah, okay. Oh, and this cave is just the worst without a sword. Especially when you have the boots. It's just so tempting.
You know you could be just running through it, but unfortunately, not without your sword equipped. Lougaroo's walking around picking up his lamp there.
Quite right.
Just a red rupee for the trip through Spiral Cave.
Oh, and getting bullied by the Moldorms. Yeah. Luigi does the same. Well, not exactly the same, just the bullying part.
Yeah.
And I think that 20 rupees is vanilla.
Is it? Is it not? Is it? I would think. Or
maybe it's a piece of heart.
I would imagine it's a piece of heart for that long trip, but then at the same time, it wouldn't pass you. Might even be 100 rupees. Oh, there's our sword.
Yep. 24 minutes, 30-some seconds in. Now we see Loup-Garou doing the old man route the intended way. And that sword could not have come at a better time for Taylor to deal with these three.
Yeah. Not much value coming out of this cave right now, unfortunately, but... Okay, the bug net.
Swag net. Very nice. Adds to a little bit of safety here as the players have their bottle.
Exactly. Oh, well, actually, only one of them has our... Only one of them... Apparently Taylor did not pick one up.
Yeah, I guess he hasn't been to Sahasrara yet, or else he would also have his Moon Pearl.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, yeah.
I wonder if that's what's on his mind now. He's done everything he could in this neck of the woods.
Because of his lamp, he's going to be hopping down into the back of Escape here. He has finished the rest of it, so there's one item left. But I imagine that would be next, heading over to Sahasrara. Maybe... Or no flippers, no Moon Pearl, so Waterfall Cave is out.
Right, we're going to see Lug put that hammer to work as he climbs Hera. And we'll see some new exciting stuff here, hopefully, in the bowels of the castle.
The bowels, I like that. You have a way with words.
Thank you.
Oh, just another red rupee drop, I think. I imagine Taylor's already getting sick of seeing those in this seed. It's been quite a few already.
I forget if it was he or Loup-Garou who had gone to Zora, but if not yet, then he might just be thinking it. But as I look at the rupee counts, I think it was Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor was at Zora.
Yeah, I hope it was Taylor. Anyway, otherwise...
Got the Pizza Heart.
Yeah, otherwise rip Houlihan.
Loup-Garou, unfortunately, he was standing on the switch block, but then got knocked back.
And this is actually, at worst, I'd say it's tedious, but it's much worse than what players can normally pull off there, especially not having a sword.
Yeah. And there's that Moon Pearl and red goo for Taylor.
Yeah, starting off with the bad news with the red rube.
So now we're going to be seeing both of these two sort of clearing up things we've already seen the other do, playing a little bit of catch up with each other in a way.
That is right. Oh. He gets it just close enough, having to throw himself into it to really get the job done.
You know, and now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we saw Loup-Garou take a dip into Skull at all, which...
That is correct.
Because they do have the Fire Rod. So I
yeah,
wonder
they've had it for a bit. I wonder if he got pretty excited about that Death Mountain access, I guess.
Yeah, I could see that. So it'll be interesting to see if Taylor decides to also route Skullwoods into where he's going right now.
Right, and if that ends up coming up big, he'll have had those items a little sooner.
Yeah.
In particular, and it's not common to say this, but if he were to pick up a blue cane, at the very least, I think his blind fight would go faster.
True, yeah.
Oh, and just missing with the hammer strike is Lug.
Oh,
and taking the center fall. This is bad news.
Oh, that always does not feel good.
Yeah.
Getting
that is a
knocked down
bummer.
2 floors if you fall into the middle.
And Taylor gathering his information.
Looks like he's heading down to the Village of Outcasts first.
Yeah, seeing the fake out. We had our first sword in Paradox Cave, chat. Luke just kind of biding his time against Moldorm. Doesn't want to go near that center hole again. I don't blame him.
Yeah. There we go.
Final
now he's
strike.
done. And just going to say quickly, a reminder to everyone, definitely give these runners a follow. They are both amazing Link to the Past Randomizer runners. Definitely deserving of a follow, and at the very least for putting on a good show for us here.
All right, we'll see a flute pickup for Taylor here, and probably a sword for Lug. And Chad asking, why is it called Paradox Cave? Well, if you look at the position of it, the top and bottom exit, or well, the top, bottom, and middle exits rather, appear to be kind of on like the same height plane on the map. But obviously, when you go inside, and even just the way I called them, they are the bottom and middle exits in terms of their height distribution. And so it's just kind of weird looking, really.
Yeah, somehow it never looks like you are going up at all, but somehow you end up higher than you started.
Right. Yeah, kind of the way the floating island is floating, even though it must be attached to something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, again with the sort of echoes of routing between our two runners, and so now with what they've got. They could poke into pod, and as I said, don't ignore pennant dungeons in V26, right?
Yeah. And I mean, there's also, they have Tower of Hera completed, and if I'm not mistaken, their other double-chested fairy crystal is Skull Woods, so I think it's definitely value in grabbing those, especially when they're open to you, and Skull Woods is open to them.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, it's pretty important that Loup-Garou went to get the sword, too, before he bothered with it, because, of course, those dastardly curtains in the back half.
Yes, yeah.
But we'll probably see him put the hammer to work on Moth if he does decide to go there and, you know, of course, running out of magic for the fire rod at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see even holding out a bit, since you know you can complete it, maybe holding out for a half magic drop, just in case, which might have been part of Taylor's routing down into Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town, because if it's somewhere here that, you know, it's a quick grab that you can get done before having to deal with Mothula.
Indeed. And we'll see Luke stock up. I wonder if he's thinking Skull.
Looks like that's where he's headed.
Cool.
And Taylor's caught up in the heart containers.
Right.
Which I think there were two of them were actually here in Thieves Town, so it makes sense.
Definitely. So definitely Skull Woods is a play they can finish, which is great. They need another glove if they were to go to Ice Palace, Mire, or Turtle Rock, not to mention the flippers, though they could fake to Ice Palace.
Yeah.
And so it looks like after the Skull Woods play, there's going to be more exploration and maybe a pendant.
Yeah, possibly. It might be getting close that time, because they have... Yeah, they would have nothing else open to them right now. I don't think we've seen either do... I don't think either of them have checked the beginning of Eastern, which sometimes is a common early play, so that's interesting to see.
That's true. There could be a double dip into that crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only one they can even begin after this.
Yeah.
And so you gotta wonder if maybe we'll see a semi-vanilla bow, or an item that sends them elsewhere. The other play that is kind of at the front of my mind, given their loadout, is the North Hyrule play, as it would route in decently well after Skullwoods.
Yes, absolutely. And that the Titans mints that we're looking for can be in King's Tomb with this setup once you have the mirror.
That's right, yeah. There is a way to kind of finagle yourself through that Dark World graveyard of sorts and get to the spot next to the King's Tomb in the light. All right, and now we do have the official playing of the Swag Duck Anthem.
Nice. Also got to shout out that was an awesome blind fight from Taylor there, not even really getting hit until the last phase, and by then it was too late for blind to make a comeback.
Indeed. Oh, it looks like we have blue mail in Skull Woods.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
no, blue mail was early.
He picked it up in Tower of Terror. He picked it up in Tower.
I had a brain fart there. I was like, Luigi's green. What's going on here? Yikes. All right, I'll pay attention now.
It's fine. It happens. It happens.
And puts that blue potion down. Gatorades him.
Luigi.
Oh no. Spike blocks are eating those fireballs.
Yeah.
There he goes, finished off.
There. And Taylor's following suit and now clearing up Skullwoods himself as Loup-Garou grabs that cannoli from Mothula.
Indeed. Skullwoods cannoli, best cannoli. I'm not sure why.
Because we just decided it is.
Amazing Amphros pointing out in chat that the Super Bomb is now open, having beaten Crystals 5 and 6. And it looks like Lug expects to find something here.
Yeah.
On this roundabout chest. A nice feature being they have the mirror here, so...
Oh!
And there we have them.
Does find something there. Yeah, Ak, you heard me. I said cannoli. Ak was the first to suggest the cannoli.
Indeed. Shout out to Ak for Sprite-related
Sprite-related memes.
Yeah, jokes and memes.
And you know, I think what happened here as well was that Loup-Garou went for a play that I actually saw earlier and was very impressed with in the last match that I was watching or doing commentary in, which is the running Skullwoods backwards.
Yeah, seeing it now, I realize that. Yeah, that is exactly it. It seems, if you ask me, to have paid off for him because he'll be able to make his way out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of having to go through and then come back, just go right to the end and then on your way back, deal with all the items.
And I guess he had only found the Titan Mid so far, and I'm not sure if Taylor had found the location of the other item.
I don't think so, which would indicate that it's in Big Chest if he didn't.
Think so.
Oh, Taylor found a 20 rupee.
Oh.
Yeah, just another small key there.
Interesting.
Oh, and I think Loup-Garou was going to drop down, but then realizes he has enough keys in the dungeon that he doesn't have to
do the roundabout way of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there it is. All right. Meanwhile, Taylor about to start his moth fight.
And he's getting his hammer ready. I also like that starting dash into Mothula that both players did, actually. That is a nice, nice free hit there.
Definitely, I was going to say exactly that. It's one of the few shots you can be sure of with this fight. before the spikes get moving in the floor. You see Lug playing it safe, grabbing another potion before he heads over to the Mire area now.
We'll see in a moment what is required to get into Mystery Mire. Chances are we already have it. Fingers crossed. Bombos, yep.
All right. And Taylor putting the hurt on Mothula.
Ooh, we have a book in the Mire Shed.
Indeed. And so in a sort of weird double way, flute required for desert this time.
This is true.
And for having boots in desert, I do like this route.
And we've got the big key on the bong tour. Very. And Taylor's grabbing his Titan's mitt.
Woot woot. And a shovel. Over on Lougaroo's side, and so we'll have a loose end to tie off at some point.
The fetch quests. The fetch quests. Everybody wants them to happen, and they never do. Maybe today will be the day.
Oh, and a sword upgrade out of Desert Palace, and that's going to be everything for that. So we'll see. And he's going to make this play for the green pendant. It's not too long to walk back here.
No, this is a pretty quick dungeon in general, especially. Assuming you're confident in the Landmola fight, this is a very quick green pendant pickup.
Definitely.
And if we do end up with either Pedestal or Sahasrahla having an item, it will definitely have been worth a bit of time spent.
Indeed. I do want to comment the key dash he made to get up the stairs earlier. That definitely wasn't free. So that was a nice lineup by him.
Yeah. Taylor's doing the hammer dash on the pegs.
Yeah, having the sword now able to do that proper and without bonking.
Lougaroo's getting set up here for some fire rod strats on Landmola. Not quite getting it, unfortunately, but got a couple of hits in there.
And I couldn't tell if he got the second. No, not quite. Some sword spins and slashes in there. Haven't run out of magic. $50 for a finder's fee on the smith. So Loup-Garou is down to his last Landmola. And down it goes.
Another cannoli for Luigi, and a green pendant.
He's got to be careful. He's going to end up looking like Mario. And Chad's starting to speculate what could be on the pedestal. Since we do have the book now to look. And yes, Ice Rod, Cane, Ether, which could be inconsequential if Turtle Rock does not require it. Let's see. Could not be bow or hookshot. I think other than that, most other items are fair game.
think so. And I like we're seeing sort of, we saw earlier Loup-Garou.
Oh, Flipper's also Signal C pointing out, sorry.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. We saw earlier Loup-Garou taking a South Dark World route that, you know, made a lot of sense for the position he was in. And now we're seeing sort of the opposite routing from Taylor here, who headed down with the chest and worked that into checking a few locations. Unfortunately, no value coming out of it, but...
Yeah, and only unfortunate for him, having not gone to Mire yet, would have had the book to run over and check Bombos.
Yes.
We do see the fake Flipper from Loup-Garou with the bomb for setup. The bomb will never clear you off the screen, so it gets you to that furthest pixel. So the waterfall wishing, not holding the worst today.
Nope.
While Taylor does make that super bomb play that chat pointed out earlier.
Yeah. I have a good feeling about that one.
We've seen it come up big a couple of times now, and I'm always a big fan. It's one of those plays that's maybe a little bit subtle. You might not even notice it worked into your routing by mistake. Well, seemingly by mistake, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see the...
don't think we've seen ledge either, so here to check that for us. For us, because this is obviously why they would check items, just for us.
I mean, that's why they check pedestal, I know that.
Oh, there was an ice rod over there.
Oh,
that
wow.
was the ice rod.
It looked like he double tagged.
I think he thought for a second it was nothing, just assuming it was nothing. It was a bit of autopilot there, and then instead we have a required item.
And I do like this little subtle runner. Oh
my gosh.
By God, it's got to be king.
Why I do say it has to be the cane, I think. That's how it goes, right?
Something like that.
That is 2 of the required items for Turtle Rock, just right there.
Yeah, just hanging out on the pyramid. It was pretty wild. And that, yeah, that brings it down to, if Ether was required for Turtle Rock, it could be... Oh, Fiesel pointing out there's a pretty good chance that's King.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, Super Bomb paying off big in spades.
And yeah, assuming they have the right medallion, they're set to go for an early Turtle Rock play.
Right. Taylor now picking up his book, and he's probably thinking Eastern while Loup-Garou is making the play for the underside of the castle again. Well, I say again as we've seen it.
Yeah. This is his first time doing it. We have seen it again. We're seeing it again.
Did we get checkerboard from... I guess it wouldn't have mattered either way.
I don't know if we did, but if we did, it was nothing.
Oh, I'm Fire JD asking how it pays off in spades, and I was going to correct myself. Maybe it's clubs on account of the cane?
Yeah, it's I guess a cane and a rod could both be blunt.
At the very least, it wasn't hearts or diamonds, which in Zelda's case would have been much more disappointing.
And Taylor's taking the day to... Oh, right, because he can complete this as well now.
Right, having that cane, Mire is on the table.
I was too hype about the Turtle Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not an easy Vitreous fight, as Chad is pointing out.
No,
but it's certainly doable, and even if he might be playing this just to try to grab 2 items early if he's lucky. Because if you end up with the big key, coming back to finish this is surprisingly not too bad.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a bomb set up for a fake flipper again. And I wonder if Loup-Garou is going to go into the Ice Palace.
I'm thinking he might be fake flippering into Ice Palace. That is an interesting move.
Yeah. Yeah, by logic, we need the hookshot, flippers, the bow. Possibly... Oh, speaking of flippers, found in Mire just now.
There they are.
But yeah, bow, flippers, hookshot. And I think we got ourselves a mode of a certain kind.
Yep. And possibly ether, but...
Right, that's a... Yeah, we'll be in Schrodinger's Go mode, as it is
yes.
at some point called.
And you know, that flipper drop in Mire could mean that Loup-Garou's sequence breaking into Ice Palace here could be of value, because he might be coming to Mire later with possibly some better equipment to deal with the dungeon, get through it a bit faster, and just be needing his flippers to make the dip into Swamp.
That's an excellent point. If he ends up with the bow, that's going to make the Vitreous fight just incredibly easier. Another sword upgrade would be fantastic. And meanwhile, Taylor does come up with the other item in Mire, the other cane.
We got Brian.
Yep, Brian has entered the building. And so, that of course meaning he intends to finish this dungeon now.
I'm very excited to see this Vitreous fight, because I don't in any way doubt that he can't do it. I'm very confident he can do it. So I'm excited to see it happen, because I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, it would be surprising to find out he was taking this as a gamble.
Yeah.
Loup-Garou goes for the off-attempted Ice Palace bomb jump here.
Oh, I think he had it actually lined up for a second there, and then unfortunately moved a little bit. He's going to take one more crack at it, although this could be risky.
I think this is... I was going to say, I think this is death if he doesn't make it.
I think if he fell in the pit, he would have died. Yeah, but
yeah, so, swag YOLO strats.
Oh, and he bonks into the fire bar, which... depending on your positioning, that can happen.
Yeah, fully expecting to lift over that.
Yeah. You can hop over it, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way, unfortunately.
Oh, and he's going back in.
Taylor's throwing bombs on Vitreous.
Yes, I dig it.
And throwing some sword spins in there.
Yeah, oh man, but with that fighter sword, he's going to be there all night.
Yeah. He's giving us a show with bombs and sword spins.
Hey, you gotta love it. Yeah, and one of the things that plays into Loup-Garou's Ice Palace somewhat interestingly is if he had Kane, as Taylor does, then he would be able to skip that Ice Palace bomb jump, since he is, at least for now, intending to full clear it.
Yeah.
He'd be able to drop a Kane block on that last switch instead of wanting to just kind of shortcut around the need for it. Because, of course, nobody does this dungeon vanilla.
Yeah, no.
You see Taylor leverage some potables, and you can't blame him in this fight.
Yeah.
While Loup-Garou nails the quick kill on the Stalfos Knights a second time.
I don't know if... I think Taylor just had that red potion, so he's got to be careful for the rest of it. And I am... Despite the fact that, because of Fighter Sword, it's a very slow fight, I'm very tense. He still has a lot of hearts, though, and he's clearly getting to the end, but...
Oh, we do see Loup-Garou opt out of the bomb jump this time. But yeah, this fight is... There's 0 moments of peace in it, because those eyeballs, while they're in high supply, will just keep coming. And then the lightning when you think you have a bit of rest. And now,
putting the hammer. Look at those hammer shots.
Very nice. Oh, he's got to make sure he gets up on top of that thing, though, because when you've got Vitreous under you, he's at your mercy. The second you get under him, yeah, you got to start going for the spins again. What a nice fight from Taylor.
That was really good.
Yeah. Getting that in one go. And not even out of bombs. For what that's worth.
No. He still has bombs left.
Yeah, that was something to see. Not the most flashy, but really shows you when you know your boss fights, what you can get done with it. Yeah, meanwhile, Luigi does have another cannoli.
Nice.
And that's only about a 10th as exciting.
I think we need a cannoli counter for the people who are playing as Luigi Sprite.
Yeah. Well, we do get one in the credits in a way, but it's mislabeled. They call them maps for some reason.
Maps?
Yeah, who does that?
There are maps in this game? I thought there were cannolis and burritos. That's all I know.
Food percent. All right, Taylor finishing up some of his Southwestern Hyrule and Dark World pickups.
Oh, we got Loup-Garou wrapping up Ice Palace here. I think we're gonna see a bomb jump in this room.
We're gonna see that or a mirror. So far, Ice Palace not really paying off as far as I can tell, apart from the cannoli.
Yeah, and it is a crystal. So we.
Oh, and he does get that bomb jump.
Nice.
Yeah, both of our players pulling some expert bomb stuff now. Taylor, not having to fake flipper, is going to head into Ice Palace himself now.
Yep. And Taylor's entering an interesting situation, unless there's a sword upgrade in here somewhere that Loup-Garou hasn't picked up yet. He's heading in for some fighter sword cold stare, which nobody likes. Although we just saw him do fighter sword Vitreous, so
yeah, he just might be a consummate fighter sword wielder. Rusty butter knife strats all day. Oh, and I missed that far reaches chest from Loup-Garou.
You missed it?
I didn't see what was in it.
Oh, heart container.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just picked up a heart there.
Both players opting for the Bombo strats for the initial clear here. And there's a B.
B in a bottle. B-Torp.
Yeah. Oh, chat calling. That was actually Sankard.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen if another item was picked up in Ice Palace.
I was just thinking about that myself. There are 3 here. He has 2 of them.
Because even when Taylor was just in the first room, I missed what that was.
I believe that was the early big key.
We've got the bunny sprite for Luigi.
And check that out, the retro.
Saw some questions in chat earlier about
wondering what Luigi's was.
Yeah.
Taylor getting that bomb yump.
Yeah, and it looks like based on the routing decisions that Loup-Garou is making that we are still waiting on one more item in ice.
Right, because he did have the opportunity to just finish, but he's left something behind somewhere, apparently.
Or maybe he is But he's had to do Vanilla Ice Palace.
Right, he opted into it by opting out of the bomb jump.
And he doesn't have the cane, right? Of course.
Right.
See, I forgot that he didn't have the cane yet.
Yeah. But yeah, not often you get to see the intended route of this.
Something we do not normally see. I mean, I was talking earlier about how this is when you think about it, the intended design of the dungeon is very clever. It's just, you found a way around it.
Yeah.
Many ways around it. But he is now heading into
and
his
that looked like the third item out of the big chest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did not see what it was. I think arrows? But
yeah, I think so.
Checking me out.
Loup-Garou does have the nice advantage of at least having Master Sword for this.
Right, it should make things go a little bit easier. On top of, he does have the Fire Rod, as SuperNinTaylor does, and I think they both have a blue potion.
I think only Luke. Oh, unless Taylor went to pick one up.
I did see him hit up the potion shop. I forget if it was before or after, and whether or not he used it since.
He used his red potion in Mire, so it would have had to have been after.
Right. So he's got one puff down, dodging those ice drops.
Nice.
Very nice.
Opted for some sword spins to get the tempered sword damage on cold stairs.
Finishes it off. Doesn't even need that potion. Very, nice. Very good fight. And there goes that third item.
That was the third item. Just a Pizza Heart.
Yeah. I wonder what did I see? It must have been a key.
Oh yeah, a key. That would make sense. It looked like arrows to me too.
Yeah. Huh. Magic eye percent. We're gonna see our second penguin die to the spikes on the floor in that room. Maybe our third, I forget. Where are we off to now with this loadout? Oh, right, he hasn't done Mire yet, so we'll see that.
Yeah. And I'm still feeling like when you pick up, he has to go to Pyramid to get his cane and ice rod.
Right, and in particular, he has to think of picking up the super bomb.
Yeah. And
so he's going to check out Checkerboard.
And I feel like with those pickups, Turtle Rock might not be a bad choice. I think it'd be a strong decision.
At this point, you'd like to have half magic for it, as you would have for ice, but I mean,
no luck on that so far.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that. And in the meantime, Chad pointing out that he wouldn't go to Mire without the cane, probably, unless he was really hoping for it to be there.
Yeah. Looks like he's heading over to Dark World, Death Mountain, if he hasn't been there already. Realizing he doesn't have the hook shot, so he has to go the Tower of Hera route.
Right.
And we are still waiting on that hook.
Yeah, it has yet to surface.
Yeah, and if he decides to check something such as the Bonk chest in Hookshot Cave, and that has it, that could be a significant find.
Yeah, actually, and what a surprise that would be. It is a possibility, as that chest, as you pointed out, is reachable by Bonk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see him bypass Spike Cave for now. He is going to check this ether tablet, though, as he makes the diversion here. But no hookshot in Hype Cave. We've been there. And it held the fire rod.
Yes.
Fire Jadian wishing for a vanilla hookshot. That would be a surprise.
Yep. We're going to see Taylor using Fighter Sword on Cold Stare. Something you hope to never have to do.
Right. Oh, he's going to go... Hammer. Oh, yeah.
Quite a few shots in there on all three of them. Very nicely done.
Yeah. Really nicely done. Of course, each of our runners using that spin. Oh, Quake for Turtle Rock, so they have it.
Okay.
We're going to see Taylor finish this fight off with a bold strategy, being down at the 2 hearts, but with the full magic.
Yeah.
Didn't want to waste the blue potion.
Got a rupee drop here, red rupees. I think Chad is saying the pedestal dream is dead now.
I think that is correct.
Yeah.
Just some money for your efforts on the bonk chest. I think very clever. Maybe you can buy a hook shot.
I think Taylor might be going for the Turtle Rock play.
It's certainly available to him. And he's proving that he can hang with any of these bosses with that fighter sword, so
You really
bring it
can.
on, Trinex.
Possible incoming Hammer Trinex. That's pretty hype. And I like Loup-Garou's routing here, heading up towards Pod and having the Mire can quickly check this, and it looks like he's hoping probably to get a bow drop in there.
Right, that would have been absolutely fantastic. But we see similar, but not quite nearly as exciting in just a +5 arrow.
The right category of weapon, but not the part of it he needs.
And we've got chat pointing out Taylor can hover.
He's finally gotten that down now? I've seen him practice.
That's fantastic. If it comes down to it, the hookshot need not be found for Taylor, as he can.
It could be, it could be one of those things that, you know, the logic expects it, but players have found ways to get around it, such as the lamp.
Right. We do get a favorable pod in terms of the ability to explore it. Key out of the first chest, and Lug making his way to the back. We're gonna get a backwards Super Bunny check again over here. I do like that this has come up in the routing more often.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, and especially the beginning of the cave. It's a little bit slow.
Right, and especially you can end up without the items to speed it up at all, too. And we may see a bit of hovering here by SuperNinTaylor if he feels...
Maybe we'll have that hover demonstration. Definitely checking the bonk chest. I don't know if the hover move will be... I think he's going for it.
It looks like he's going to line it up. And warming up. Oh, this is a sight to see.
Oh, so close.
I wonder how much time we'll put into this. Oh, halfway again. And for another day.
Yeah. Give it 2 tries. Keep going.
Yeah. I think we've seen one of those earlier in the tournament. I want to say it was Andy.
I didn't know about that. That's awesome, though.
Yeah. Pulls a fire rod out of the hookshot cave without the hookshot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we do see SNT head into this Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Loup-Garou still working his way around Pod. picking up a big key, which helps.
And a Pizza Heart there.
Yeah.
Both runners in dungeons that hold 5 items.
Indeed. Feels 5.
And Taylor's having to take the long way around the torch room.
Right, lacking the hook shot. Has to do this at least the semi-intended way. Oh, and a single rupee on Loup-Garou's side. Not a sword upgrade. Meanwhile, I think plot has mostly been disappointing as Loup-Garou abandons it. And surprised to see him not turn around and double check Eastern. Because again, as you say, the beginning of that dungeon can be packed.
Yeah, it is, and I mean it's open from the beginning. So
yeah,
I'm interested to see where he'll go next, and if Eastern possibly has any value in it.
Yeah, and we haven't seen either of our runners go for Eastern, and there could have been a very early bow there. That would have made the seed a lot different.
Yeah, it really would have. The Vitreous fight, at least.
Yeah. But for that, I'm not disappointed, as Taylor put on quite the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Seeing this dastardly chain chomp room, and they just kind of gang up on him there.
Yeah.
He gets that compulsory key. Yeah, and chat pointing out a couple of times from a couple of different people now that hookshot could be in Ganon's tower. At this point, it's really not needed for anything else unless it would happen to block one of the items.
Yeah, that is true. So are we going to see right side hook, left side?
What was that?
Are we going to see right side to get the hook shot, big key on the left side?
Oh, hopefully.
Or I guess it would need to be specifically, what is it, the Stalfos room you need to hookshot to? You could technically bonk down to the 2 fire bar room.
Fire bar for a big key in the Stalfos room? Oh, man. We are going to get a King's Tomb check. And the hookshot cannot be on pedestal, as Swamp Palace is a pendant. You would need it there. So at this point, knowing the medallions for both Mire and Turtle Rock, the pedestal cannot have anything useful.
Yeah. I don't know, Taylor didn't go for... Oh, never mind, he's going for it now. I was going to say, he didn't go for a Mimic Cave check, but he is going for it now, and we get the Validation Arrow. Was that half magic up on... I think I just spied half magic up on...
I think you were right. Well, that... Probably not getting grabbed this turn.
Probably not. We still don't have any sign of a cape being anywhere.
Right. But plenty of 20 rupees he had. Lou never checking the bombable hut. But 20 had.
We certainly had no...
We're going to see Smiths and probably Lunchbox from Loup-Garou. And I'm sorry, you were saying?
Oh, I just said there's been no shortage of 20 rupee drops in this run.
Oh, yeah.
We're seeing all of them, apparently.
Indeed.
As we get more hammer dashing from Loup-Garou here.
Going to the peg cave. Gonna get another heart up. And we're gonna say that his companion right now is just Mario in the frog suit. Little Super Mario Brothers 3 action for you.
Then you're dropping him off to his other brother. I don't know about
He's,
this theory.
Smooigi. Yeah, Smith Luigi. That's how that works. Says, here's 50 coins, go away. Also, the other little Mario parallel here is when you blow the whistle, you can travel to a faraway land.
Yes.
Alright.
That's some nice laser skips for
finding the bow on the laser bridge, as was called for trolley sake. And it looks like, yeah, he's gonna line up to grab this one more item. Awesome laser skips here, by the way. Like, this is not easy.
Yeah.
And all that for
perfectly.
All that for one more lousy green rupee. But yeah, this is absolutely huge. Also a awesome cane dash.
Yeah.
Taylor has brought just everything to the table today. We may see him take another stab at that hover. He's got to be feeling good about things right now.
Yeah, at this point, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. Chat calling out the hover go mode. And missed what Lug dug up, but picked it up?
Yes. I feel like it was not something significant, and so I saw it and stopped paying attention.
Jade calling it trash, and answer Captain Spider. Or Corporal Spider? Yeah. Just a small piece heart, I think.
Okay.
At Zora, that is.
And we do have the hammer strats on.
Yeah.
Trynex here, and a bit of fire rod spam too.
Oh yeah, and that's a great strategy when you're just kind of fed up with dealing with that phase.
Yeah. Especially when you've just refilled on your magic there, and all that's left is to spam him a few times.
Yeah, because he will take damage from the rod used to freeze the head as long as it's still frozen.
Yeah.
And a just absolutely beautiful hammer Trinix fight.
Oh, it was 300 rupees from the dig spot, apparently.
Thank you, chat. And as seems to be the tradition, the bombs from the bombos. Yeah, at this point, the big difference maker was the play for Super Bomb and the Pyramid.
Yeah.
It gave SuperNinTaylor all of the flexibility in routing, all the options, and at this point, all the progression.
Yeah, and we're likely seeing Loup-Garou heading for that now. About to pick up a Super Bomb.
Yeah, he's run out of options at this point.
And now this is interesting because, as we've been saying, we have hover go mode active right now, so I'm curious to see how Taylor is going to approach this.
Yeah, and especially if he gets an early big key, will it be too much temptation to just get Armos Knights down and risk it in GT?
Right.
There was another sword upgrade in Turtle Rock.
And there's that early big key.
Oh, goodness.
And Loup-Garou is grabbing his ice rod, and then he's about to pop back over and find the red cane.
So we've got the discussion now of a Master Sword Silverless Ganon.
Master Sword Silverless Ganon after hovering. This race might just have everything.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be absolutely wild. We've got the Fat Fairy paying off and the Pyramid paying off with the same seed. You don't see those two often. We've got all the crazy boss fights from Taylor.
Yeah.
And not to take anything away from Loup-Garou, it's just he's been in exploration mode for a while, and so
yeah, he's had some great boss fights too. His even though it was Master Sword on Cold Stare, he still went for those sword spins to get that damage pumping out faster. It was
absolutely, it was a super clean fight,
and still not necessarily easy to pull off.
For sure. And Loup-Garou knows exactly where to go with his cane. As Taylor does play the conservative route so far of picking up each of the chests, hoping for sword, silvers, the hook shot.
Yeah. I would say probably the hook shot the most. Get some red mail, though.
Yeah.
We've got some
check out Purple Frog, yeah. Poison Dart Frog coming at you.
I guessing that was 2 items. I actually didn't see what the other one was.
Oh.
But he's skipping on the last chest and going right for the boss. Either way, if there's only 1 item left, if the boss has it.
Yeah, at this point it's 50-50, and this could pay off for him. We're approaching the hour and a half, and both these runners probably wondering, like, okay, in the next 20 minutes, the way these have been going, we might see a dot done.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice quick kill on those Igors.
And looks like a clean quick kill on Armos as well.
Very good.
There's the
hook shot. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
The happy dance from the frog.
Now that's officially go mode.
Absolutely.
No hover go mode. That's 100% go mode. With that crystal and that hook shot, it also means that we are guaranteed that Taylor is going to be on his way to Ganon's Tower, which means it's time for the Ganon's Tower big key guess. There are 22 item locations in Ganon's Tower that could have the big key. So we're looking for a number between 1 and 22 as to where you think that big key will be. And where do you think it'll be, Epi?
I always stick with my 11. How about you?
Say... I'll throw out a number this time. I'm going to say 14.
All right. Believe in the traditional route, first 2 from the right and then heading left. 14 would be the last chest before Ice Armos.
Mm-hmm.
Would be merciful. And my 11 would be the first chest in that same room. We'll see if we end up in the vicinity or not. We didn't have any luck on the our attempt in Rywex that finished up as this race started.
We did not.
Oh, and Bimmerbot pointing out 14 is Bob. So how about that?
Oh, yes, of course it is. Wait, I always guess Bob. 13.
All right.
Why? I just threw out a number, and then I was like, wait, no, I always guess Bob.
Subconscious.
Yeah, it's built into me. I can't resist it.
Geez, and Lug missing that torch and getting bullied by some tiles now. All right. Yeah, and we probably will see a little bit more exploration from Taylor, perhaps stopping to clear out the rest of Hookshot Cave. Oh, geez, and look at this. Just a...
no, that dead rock. Okay, if you go far enough, you reset them. Yeah. And they're all crowded around.
Right. And check this out. Just the most amazing routing right here. Completely optimized. Doesn't even have to get on top of a... Oh, wow.
He's even setting up the stair speed.
I gotta ask him about that. That was fantastic.
Yeah, and it looks like he is going to pop into Hookshot Cave. And you know, with the way things are going, I wonder if he even maybe has a bit of a suspicion that he might have a bit of a lead right now.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, you know that the best time in the tournament was around a 120, 121. But a lot of the seeds are coming in around like a 145, I want to say, from what I've been seeing. On the main tournament. And so, yeah, he's feeling like, all right, I've got a good amount of time to deal with this Ganon's Tower. And, I mean, after a run like this, you got to be feeling pretty good. Apart from, you'd like a couple of your luxury items to make the fight finish a little better.
Yeah, for sure. And with the way this seed has been laid out, you have to be thinking at worst, perhaps your opponent has followed the same route as you and you're in very similar spots, in which case finding tempered or silvers is only going to help in the long run. Especially for a quick check like Hookshot.
Definitely. Now, if we see an early big key, that'll become compelling.
Yeah. And there's the cave. Clearly, they have to go back for half magic. I mean...
So, we have Ether at large, Mushroom and Powder at large, and Blue Rang. I think that's about it. Apart from Silvers, of course, and any shields now that I look at it.
And Taylor's going right side. We've been skipping tile rooms. We've had 2 locations checked.
And a lot of players were finding a fan of this key on right side, keep going strat.
Yeah. I also like his use of the hammer there to save.
Oh no, locks himself out. Oh yeah, on the Gyarados?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely nice when you're lacking that half. In which now we know half magic on the bumper cave means, yeah, nobody's going back for that.
Nope.
We got a cave in Ganon's Tower. Alright, Vitreous is off and going for Loup-Garou. Not that much easier with the Master Sword, and of course not finding the bow. Until he gets the Turtle Rock, and there's shield number 1.
There's our shield. He's going to grab a small key here, and then probably mirror back and head down left side. So we're at 6 item locations checked. Just a small key up on the torch.
Can't decide if he wants to hit that torch. Decides Bob lives.
We're going to have 8 through 11 here in the Stelphos room.
Right.
Loup-Garou is low on life here right now. It's a Vitreous fight.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire, and it looks like he's out of a... Oh, finding out the Fire Rod does not work on Vitreous. Going for the spin strats instead, and we've gotten through the 11 item locations now.
Okay, good you were looking, because I am just terrified of this Vitreous fight right
no,
now. I'm so nervous.
I just know he's not in the room anymore, and that was going to be up to 11. And I didn't hear the warp noise. But yeah, I'm glued to this Vitreous fight. So I think that was bombs for number 12.
Yep.
Oh man. He's pacing it out though. It's a tedious fight, but it's not one you can slack on for even a second. As he almost gets cornered there. He's gonna pull us off because he does not want to come back in, and good on him.
Nice, nice. That was...
Woo!
Woo. That was intense.
Indeed.
Taylor's heading up to 13 now.
Yep. And whatever a frog would eat. Is that like a grasshopper husk or something?
I don't know. We can stick with burrito for that one.
All right, that's fine.
Also, I think that was my guess, so rip 13. Oh, looks like 15 is the winner.
Gonna finish out this room at least. Gives a little half start for good luck, but doesn't quite get the right dust on that chest. So he'll head up the tower now. Looking at a Master Sword, no silvers Ganon fight.
And if you guessed 15 for the big key guess, or I guess bottom right randomizer room, you have won.
Yeah. You win all of Herfy Durfy's love and affection. We don't want a fiasco like last time.
Oh, you're giving that away now on his behalf? Okay. Okay. I'm sure he'll be fine with that.
He's not here to reject it, so... Actually, he might be here. And DJ, the bow is on the laser bridge in TR.
Yeah.
And so this is a bit of an interesting play for Loog.
I love the sound of those spikes all bouncing around. And I wonder if Taylor's going to continue checking a few of the things on his way up.
Yeah, at this point, I believe there's 4 more chests. I would expect none of them are terribly far out of the way.
Yeah, they're all on your way as you're going through. Nice shot on that Stalfos there.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, we got 3 heart gauntlet rooms. That's fun. And BMO's getting a hit in. Oh, and coming up short on the pot throw. Oh, Skull's just running interference. This is getting dicey, folks. There he gets it. Oh, baiting one more shot because he knew he was in trouble there if he went for the door. Just making that one look so easy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh. I'm assuming he grabbed a safety at some point. Of course he did.
Yeah. Actually, he had just picked it up in the tower.
Right, right.
So that is quite opportune. He then just decides to unleash the fire rod to finish this room because who has time?
Yeah, really though.
Loup-Garou makes his way to the big chest.
You know, unfortunately, isn't going to find the bow that he's looking for in there.
Right. Picks up red mail instead, and we do see now the answer to the question asked earlier. You do get that pink Smash Bros. Style Luigi.
Ew.
All right. There goes Lambo 2.
And Taylor grabs that little magic refill there, because he was using Fire Rod to help speed up the Landmo fight a bit.
Yeah, definitely a good move, especially lacking the silvers, which are another favorite. Oh, and the mushroom was the item that Taylor left behind Eastern Palace. You gotta wonder if this is gonna send Loup-Garou off a little further. Oh, and I think chat pointing out that the boss music didn't really come in for the Lambo fight, did it?
It wouldn't have.
Oh, doesn't it? Huh.
No. I think they just, in general, couldn't hear us.
Interesting. Well, we appreciate how upset you got.
I think Taylor didn't realize he missed a torch there.
Oh, no. And Mushroom not paying it. So, we know that Taylor didn't miss out on silvers or anything.
And yeah, the oh no, he's out of magic for the fire rod shot as well.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna end up having to redo this room one more time. Let's see. Can he get in? Oh, he does. Nice.
But yeah, and for those asking about it, when you refight, when you have Ice Armos, Landmo 2, and Moldorm 2, there's no boss music in these rooms.
Alright, we'll see a Spike Cave check from Loup-Garou. As some of these final chests in Ganon's tower still failing to pay out for Taylor. He's looking for a sword or the silvers.
Yeah.
And rupees in Spike Cave, so we didn't miss out on that.
There's Ether. Yeah, we definitely might be coming up to seeing
just
Overlist Ganon.
The complete package today of awesome boss fights. Yeah, when it comes to that chest, he either checks it or he doesn't.
I imagine he's going to and all 3 shields.
All 3 shields. Now that's a riot.
Oh my god. Nice. I like that. All 3 shields were here, and with that, we're definitely going to have Master Sword Silver's Ganon. I don't see Taylor going to try and find another sword upgrade or silvers at this point.
Yeah, I can't think of a place that's nice and easy for him to check anyway. Yeah, but how about that, a bit of a homage to V24, was it? Which was famous for its many swords in Ganon's tower. Down goes Agate too. Blink and you miss it.
And you know, despite this Master Sword Ganon fight we're probably going to see a pretty decent time here too.
Oh, definitely. If he does well at this, I'm thinking he should be able to still get 141.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
I forget exactly how long it takes. It's a lot of spins, though.
It is. I have been seeing, though, and I'm interested to see if we'll see them come up here, some people doing some really neat moves with this to make sure that they get 3 spins in during the last phase every time they light that torch. So we'll see if that's what ends up happening here.
Yeah, it'll be good to see.
Some very particular timing with the torch glitch and your spins.
Yeah, and he's definitely not going to be risking anything with the cape strats, not having the half magic, and also needing to apply full-on spins with every strike to Ganon in this fight.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be rooting for him to get that torch glitch, or this becomes an absolute slog. And for those of you just joining us, it looks as if we have an influx of new viewers. Thank you and you're catching the end of what has been an absolutely fantastic match.
Yeah.
Decided mostly by a decision of whether or not to get the super bomb and hit up the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely loaded with a red cane and a blue rod.
Yeah, really, those and the fact that Bo was in T-Rock and the fact that Hookshot was on Armos really made this seed an interesting one.
Yeah.
And, you know, a surprisingly straightforward one at the same time, oddly enough. Just with a lot of kind of rough boss fights.
Indeed. And all well executed so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, rough in terms of the difficulty of completing them. Our runners have done very well doing so.
Indeed, and we're seeing the hardest here as Taylor goes through the dreaded Silverless Master Sword Ganon.
Did you find the silver arrows in Swamp Palace?
Oh my.
So, I mean, the chances of them having gone there with everything we've
point,
seen are so low.
Yeah, we're going to end up seeing... Oh, there's Torch.
Yep, he got the torch glitch, and he's already gotten 2 spins in. And how many is it with Master Sword?
Oh, too many is what it is. But yeah, we will not see Loup-Garou go in for silvers unless he's not comfortable with Silverless Ganon, but I can't imagine player making the main tournament without that.
Yeah. And even then, he would have a lot of places to look for them, so it would be a pretty big time sink. Unless he ends up just getting lucky and going straight there.
Right. Taylor down to his last potion that he just used, so
yeah,
he's got to finish it on this.
Yeah, he's definitely making sure he uses that lamp here, conserving all of that magic.
Right. And as you mentioned before, trying to pull as good of timing as he can to get that torch lit in such a way that it gives him a chance to sneak an extra hit in.
Yeah.
Having to manage that knockback just so to make sure that he does not end up having to do this whole thing twice.
Yes.
And apologies, just tapped my mic there.
To avoid having to do this twice and probably having to go and get some more supplies to do it a second time.
Yeah, I think at that point, if you're gonna have to go to the potion shop, you might as well just flute to go check one chest in the swamp too.
Can you imagine it was the first one?
Oh wow. Nah, it'll be at the vanilla big key spot probably, right?
Yeah. Or on our big key on our.
There it is, folks.
GG for Taylor.
Yeah, excellent. Absolutely excellent.
And he finishes in first with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 9 seconds.
Hey, there we are.
Very nicely done by both of these runners. Again, be sure to give them both a follow. Handling a really rough seed very well.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous job by Taylor on this one.
It looks like Loup-Garou at some point, while we were glued to the Ganon fight, picked up Tempered Sword.
Right, he had gone to Desert Palace, where Taylor had not. And so what was Taylor's Master Sword became his bacon.
Yeah.
Coming out of the Turtle Rock map room, if I remember correctly. Yeah. We just see Luke about to pick up that bow. Just in time. You have SuperNin in. Taylor, GG.
We said that.
That was like almost like an echo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous boss fights especially, but picking out the Fat Fairy play ends up making a huge difference for you in this match.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that run. And after I finished Thieves Town, or no, I think I did Thieves Town first, and then I did Skullwoods because I was hoping for a sword upgrade. But yeah, after that, I was like, I can do this huge loop. I can do all the south. I can combine it with the Fat Fairy, and it just worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it was absolutely the play to make with a uncharacteristically loaded pyramid.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that. I was like, oh, here comes the garbage pyramid again.
Yeah, right, 20 rupees and 2
like inside, and then even the ice rod like on the edge of the pyramid too.
Yeah, I think we all double took it on that one, including you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wait, what?
We saw you look and then start away, and then wait. And then you turned around and went back and got it.
Yeah.
And then everything you needed for Turtle Rock there, which then leads to the bow, and Armos holding the hook shot was just we were expecting hover go mode. That's what we were looking at. Finishing that Armos fight, we were like, I think we think he's gonna try to hover.
I'm not the greatest at hovering. I can get it sometimes, but I was gonna go for it if I had to. I was gonna gamble on a hook shot. Well, I was gonna get the easy chest. I did check that one chest in Eastern Palace on the right. I almost skipped it. I was like, you know what? I'll check it just in case. It was just like a compass or something. I don't know. But I was gonna check the easy chest on the way to GT, and then I was gonna look for the hook shot in GT. If not, I was gonna try to hover and then I don't know, win or lose from that.
And I mean, those boss fights were incredible.
Oh my god, fighter sword for almost every boss.
Yeah, we'll see those numbers roll by in the credits. And absolutely fantastic job.
Wasn't even looking at my credits. Oh, it's still on the intro thing.
Yeah, still in the Fungus for Life which the mushroom was the item you left behind in Eastern, which it was great that you ended up with the hook shot off of Armos, because I would suppose that it would have just been a distraction. But
yeah, do you know what the fungus gave, or did that not?
It looks like it was for either a heart container or what do you call a piece of heart, according to the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that was an item too, but I was gonna skip it. I was gambling.
Yeah. And then I gotta ask,
go ahead.
Leaving the mirror spot on the doorway of Turtle Rock intentional?
I wish I could say it was, but it wasn't. But when I got there, I was like, wow, this is actually perfect.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. Like that's got to become a thing, right? If you have to do Turtle Rock not last, at least leave it there.
Just leave the portal there. It was fantastic.
I'm gonna have to keep that in my arsenal, I guess.
Yeah. And even getting the stair speed off of it, which was great.
Yeah. The epic run.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling going into that Vitreous fight? Because that was sort of the one where this is going to be really, like, we didn't doubt that you could do it. We were like, this is going to be good, and it was.
I felt the same way. Like I'm pretty confident in my ability to stick through it and survive, even if it does take like half an hour to beat the boss. But I was like, this is going to be tough. Just try not to die. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, especially it's not a terribly long walk down Mire, but it's not a short one either.
No, especially that first room.
Right, having to deal with the Wizrobes over again with the Beamos and all, yeah.
Like, if I have full magic, it's not that bad with the fire up, but if I die and I don't have much magic, then that room's gonna be a pain with the no sword beams or anything.
Right. And any other standout spots of the run for you, stuff that made you laugh, or...
Basically, I just want to say that's like the epitome of a V26 seed right there. You go to a dungeon, gives you stuff for the next dungeon. You go to that one, gives you items for the next dungeon. It's just like dungeon hopping.
Yeah.
Even with the stuff in the pyramid, it was like the game was like, here are crystals 5 and 6. You know where you should go now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty linear, I guess.
Yeah, and I think if there was any criticism on the routing, it was that when the bow ended up in Turtle Rock, it was like, oh, that would have made Mire easier, but even that, like, you still made excellent work of the whole thing, so...
Yeah.
That was actually one thing that went through my mind. I was like, I could do Turtle Rock before Mire. There's more opportunities to find, like, a bow and sword upgrades and stuff, but I was like, you know what, I can do it. Just go to Mire. I like that play better.
Yeah, because, I mean, you were still going to be bringing about the same equipment into... Turtle Rock, and not knowing that there would also be a sword upgrade there, right? So it was basically, okay, fighter sword Vit or fighter sword Trunks.
Yeah. I mean, I was fine with either, honestly. Try next, you just use your hammer.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But, yeah, give SuperNinTaylor a follow if you haven't already. Excellent run.
Yeah, really, really good run. Also, we are coming up to the bonk guests for Taylor. If you want to get your bonk guests in, very early boots in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably have like at least 40 bonks.
All right. So the official runner guess is at least 40.
I bonk a lot.
Yeah. Hey, when you get those boots early, why not? Right?
Yeah.
Put them to work.
And Loup-Garou just found his hook shot.
Nice. Is that his last dungeon, I guess?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. How did he do on his? Did he have fighter's sword most of it, or?
No, he actually got Master Sword. Where did he get Master Sword?
Out of a Desert Palace. You guys both got fighters from Paradox where you'd gotten it, and then he took a dip into Desert.
Before going into Mire?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's not a bad play. It's a really short dungeon.
Yeah.
He didn't have red canes, so he dipped into Desert.
Right, that's what it was. He went to Desert first without cane.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
That really was the key thing here, was that he was checking a lot of locations because he hadn't gone to get the super bomb or Road to the Pyramid.
Oh, I won't spoil it, but I was wrong about my bonks.
Oh, I'm excited to know now, but we're still pretty far away from it here.
Yeah. We do have a bit of a clip issue on the feed here. We might not see the whole bonk count.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, is it cut off the right side again?
Yeah,
a little
just
bit. We'll have to see. Stand by for spoiler.
Yeah, so
there you go. 4 level 1 sword bosses, 4 level 2 sword bosses.
I'm pretty sure the sword bosses were just like
30 something.
Yeah, was it 31 bonks.
Yeah, I think that's 31.
Shout outs to Fiesel for fixing up our stream to be able to get the big info.
The important info. That's what we need to know.
Yeah.
Oh, and that rupee spent count.
Oh, I bought a lot of potions. I kept going back there.
Oh, just that it was a flat number. It was more.
Oh, was it?
I mean, and that safety play. I mean, it paid off. Like every trip to Flute 2 was a good one.
Oh yeah, that somehow I missed the torch when in GT.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then I was a little worried that by the time you got the other one filled, because then you ended up with just short of magic for the fire rod on the 4th one again. I was worried you were gonna have to do it all again, but pulled it out.
Had those safety potions.
Yeah. Nah, it pays off and it makes fights like Vitreous just a little less tense.
Yeah, for sure.
And we've got Loup-Garou just starting his GT now. Nah. Not that we're kicking you out or anything, but any parting thoughts, anything else you want to share from the run? Tournament experience so far?
I don't know. I just felt really good about that run. I actually felt that I was playing pretty well, a lot better than I did the first run, so I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I mean, it showed in the result, and it was definitely, nobody could argue. It was an excellent run.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out now.
All right.
Okay.
GG. Good luck in the next round.
Yeah,
Thank you for stopping by. So we've got Loup-Garou wrapping up here now. I think we have 20 minutes until the next match is on this channel, so we're able to stick around and watch this.
Indeed. And Adirondack Rick putting the ad in Adirondack mentioning the 10:15 match over on Speed Gaming 3. Go check that out. That's in this hour for those of you outside of the Eastern time zone. In fact, in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
But yeah, give Taylor a follow if you haven't. Give Lug a follow if you haven't.
Both really good runners.
Yeah, keep watching the different Speed Gaming channels. Speed Gaming and then 2, 3, and 4. Also Randomizer Mania and their 2, 3, and 4. To see a lot more of Link to the Past Randomizer and plenty of other awesome games and runs.
Yeah, we've got 2 branches of this tournament, and so 8 channels in total where you can see matches, including more coming up, as we said, just after this. Right on this channel, I think we actually have another 2 races at once, so 4 runners coming onto this channel.
Oh, right. Yeah, and I would be remiss not to thank our tracker, Blast Egg, at least one more time.
Yes, absolutely.
Working through this whole race, and I think putting up pretty much a flawless run so far. Of course, he'll miss something out of GT now, maybe the last shield.
And so because I have this awful habit of instantly forgetting where things are after they are picked up, 15, chest 15, right? It was the bottom right randomizer.
That is correct.
Is where we're going to see that big key drop.
Yeah, so after all the trek for the bow, we will not see the Ice Armbus fight.
Picked up a lot of hearts in this run, too.
Oh yeah, definitely. On the healthier side of things. There's that big key. He'll keep looking, knowing that he might find the silvers just to get this thing over that much quicker.
Although with that tempered sword, he's going to have a slightly nicer time with Ganon than Taylor had to deal with.
Yeah, he really will. Cuts the spins down by, I want to say something like half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Taylor. Loup-Garou does have tempered.
Yeah, the luxury items, right? Yeah, it is becoming rather unusual, I think, these days to see a run go by without silvers. But
yeah, I think even just without the sword upgrades in general, I mean, there were I think too many situations in previous logics where we never saw them, so now they've tried to, you know, work that out a little bit.
Right. Enters the gauntlet at 156.31.
It's always interesting when we reach this point, because now I'm just kind of like, I'm just kind of watching Randomizer. What else do I say at this point? We know where everything is.
Right, now it's just coming down to his execution.
Yeah.
Hanging in for him. Hoping he can put this thing to bed.
And yeah, JMC pointing out in chat that it's one of the larger time gaps I think we've seen in the main tournament, although it's definitely understandable on a seed like this where a specific overworld location was so significant.
Yeah, definitely. And one that, you know, has a certain reputation, I guess. Not that the randomizer itself cares about the reputation, but
Yeah.
you can really trace this one back to a routing decision, and one that wasn't necessarily like able to be viewed objectively as a mistake on Loup-Garou's part, at least at the time of like not in as much as he didn't go to the pyramid when Taylor did. It just so happened that for the seed it was the right play, and then on top of both players having just crazy execution, when you make that right call, you're gone and away.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, there's of course been a lot of talk of the, you know, of the breadcrumb logic, and so from that perspective you might be thinking, yeah, so you got 5 and 6 early, so go check out pyramid. But that's also something that was being discussed in an earlier match, and because there was another early 5 and 6 crystal, pyramid didn't have anything.
Right.
And so when you're thinking about routing, you got to be thinking about, you know, pyramid having 3 items total isn't necessarily always worth it, especially when you've routed South Dark World differently, which was also the case here. The way Taylor routed it, he was kind of heading in that direction already as well. Right.
And so even deeper the sort of tendency in the decision goes. So yeah, there were probably, I don't think there was really any stimulus that would have said, oh, do the South early necessarily.
Exactly. And they were both good ways of routing South Dark World. It was just that one of them also happened to chain it, the bomb shop and
right,
which is what was the key here.
Yeah. So smart routing and then capitalizing on those results too, because we could have just as easily seen in a different race that choice and that payout, and then just having a misstep somewhere.
Yeah.
And totally changing the game. On the bumpers, just saying no here. As he sneaks away from those mini Helmas. And precious little health here.
Yeah. Ooh. Down to 1 heart.
I mean, if he was packing any potions, he would have used them by now.
Yeah. Also noticed that on the very first shot there, he got just 1 shot in exactly the same way that Taylor did earlier. They both did the exact same thing in that shot. Kicking some dust on Ganon there.
Yeah. The bird picking him up by the feet there.
Yeah.
And we'll see if he was holding out any potions here, or if he's going to make a trip down to pick up that fairy. Oh, and Blast Egg pointing out that he still has the fairy, which he had picked up in Ganon's tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was beginning to wonder, and then I was thinking, oh, well, I guess, if you take the hit early, it's basically a health refill death warp. But... yeah, and he can at least get away with slashes in this stage.
Yeah, no spins required yet.
Yeah. Leverage that cape as we now see.
Of course, now we're going to be coming up to having to use those sword spins, but much fewer than with the Master Sword.
Indeed.
Still going to want that torch glitch probably, though.
And he grabs it easy. Yeah. Now, the trick here, for those that don't know, and you saw it go on in Taylor's fight, get that hit in on Ganon in this phase without the silvers. Ooh. Just... oh no.
When he takes a dive. No.
But to get the hit in phase 4, you have to get the spin just before Ganon teleports, and as a glitch in the game, that will still do damage to Ganon. But yeah, that's a tough development on what has been a perhaps disheartening finish for him, having realized the pyramid.
This is also definitely a understandable situation where you see your opponent has finished, and it was pretty far ahead as well. As we've noted, there's a pretty large time gap happening, so you might not necessarily be as focused as you would be if the timers were still going and you were still had that possibility of being about to win.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And yeah, the format for this stage of our tournament is Swiss rounds, as was pointed out. And so this affected the placement for the next round, but by no means eliminates Loup-Garou.
Yeah.
Oh no. Taking a fall and a death at once.
Ooh.
But he's sticking with it. We'll see him run down. Grab that fairy one more time.
Probably this time. Oh, yeah, just grabbing it to fill up.
And that fall death there, something similar to if you've ever had this happen or seen a player get grabbed out of the drop to Mothula by the Wallmaster. The game pretends to do a drop thing, but really you're still in the same. So if your hitbox is active, then, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I guess for intents and purposes, it was about the same.
Also good to remember in if you're one-hit KO mode and you are in a room such as an Ice Palace, which has a room with a pit that you can drop down to get down to the big ice room, but also has fireball shooters that can still hit you that can still hit you while you're falling.
Yeah, that's a doozy. Yeah, let's get our take energies in the chat and root Loup-Garou on through this one. Third time's the charm. Being sure to get those slashes in each of those parts of the phase before he gets that jump to stop the circle. Nailing that torch glitch again. Nice bat manipulation. And this time opting for the fire rod. He gets the bat manipulation again and is managing his knockback quite well. Oh, just missing that spin. He won't quite go for the potion yet, knowing he's got at least one more lantern after this.
I think it might last even longer than that.
Yeah?
The lantern survives surprisingly long time sometimes.
Yeah.
With just a tiny bit of magic.
I want to say there's a clip up. If you look at our tournament schedule, there's a tab for the clips, and there is an incredibly clutch magic use on this very fight, even with the half magic, and you just watch that sliver kind of stay for 2 or 3 applications. And I didn't realize that it was as dramatic with the regular magic amount. It's another hit in. He's getting close.
There we go.
There it is.
That is
GG.
For Loup-Garou, firing off the rest of his fire rod shots. And he has finished with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 45 seconds.